Shalom, shalom, shalom. Want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. This the brother Yair Dada, WFI Indiana Camp, coming at y'all with a quick cold cut through the spirit. Just being grateful for what the Lord has given you. Right? You can't, a lot of times people, brothers, sisters, they'll tend to be ungrateful. You understand? And you might say to yourself, I'm very grateful for what the Lord has done for me, what I have, so on and so forth. But not realizing that when you take on the spirit of covetousness, jealousy, envy, you understand, you're not being grateful for what the Lord has given unto you. You blinded by all the great things that the Lord has given to you, no matter how great no matter how big or how small they may be. You're blinded by that and neglect those things. You understand that? And through actions and through words and even through the spirit, you understand, are ungrateful for those things, right? Because of what this person may have. And you're so focused on what they have, whether that be they got a nice car, they got a house, a nice house, they may travel a lot, whatever the case may be, you understand? Whether that be somebody in the truth or whether it be somebody out the truth. You understand? You don't want to covet or take on that spirit of covetousness, you understand, towards your own people, man. Because ultimately it'll cause you to hate your life. Straight up. It'll cause you to hate what you have. And the things that you have, you understand, hey, they do enough for you. They get the job done. You understand? You don't need a 6-bedroom house in order to survive. Right? You don't need 3 refrigerators full of food in order to survive. All right? You don't need to travel 4 times a year out of the country to an island or something, or to a beach. You understand? In order for you to survive, in order for you to live. Right? Now, are those things beautiful? Of course. Are those things, can they be beneficial? Of course. But, hey, whatever the Lord gives unto you, hey, that's what the Lord gives unto you. That's the portion that he sees fit for you at that time. You understand? At that particular time. So you can't be so focused on what other people had that you neglecting the things that the Lord has given you, and ultimately ungrateful for what the things that the Lord has given unto you. And that's off. The Lord gave you I don't know. Let's just say the Lord gave you a 2-bedroom crib, right? 2-bedroom house, right? And 1 car, right? And that's enough for you to move around with your family or whatever the case may be, house your household, right? But another brother or another sister may have 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house and 2 cars. And you feel some type of way, and you coveting those things because of what that sister have or because of what that brother has. You understand? So now when you go to your house, you understand, you get in your car, you feel some type of way. You feel like it's not good enough. Right? You feel like it's basically you're just ungrateful. But you're ungrateful for there's never a reason to be ungrateful, but you're ungrateful because, and you're coveting because what somebody else has, chiefly what your brother or your sister has, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong, and as long as it's a healthy balance, you understand, through wisdom, right? But when you want something and it's driven or predicated off of because of what somebody else has, you don't want to be in that lane. You understand? You don't want to be in that type of light, right? So let's, real quick, let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 13. Right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 5. It says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. You understand? So it said, hey, be content with whatever you have, right? You don't want to covet what other people have. You don't want to be jealous or envy or fretting yourself over what other people have. Hey, but you want to be content. You understand, with whatever state you in. Okay? It says, and be content with such things as ye have, for he have said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. And so you got to understand that no matter what state you in, whether you be brought very low or whether you struggling, no matter what it is, hey, the Lord's with you, man. And you have to be content with those things as well, because it could always be way worse. Could always be way worse. That one car that you have, and you got to kind of jiggle the key every now and then for it to continue to stay on. Hey, that's better, you understand, than what somebody else may be doing. Right? Hey, even if you got to take a bus or you got to take the train or whatever the case may be, hey, that's better, you understand, than whatever. Right? Hey, even if you have the bodily health to be able to walk to work, hey, be content with that. All right? That's good enough. You understand? Now, that doesn't mean, like I said earlier, that doesn't mean you can't get more, you can't want more, but you want it to be a healthy balance, and you don't want it to be because somebody else has something. All right, real quick, because Paul spoke about that as well. And Paul understood, right? Let's go to the book of Philippians. Paul understood the healthy balance. You understand? All right, in the book of Philippians chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. So Paul said, hey, no, whatever state I'm in, whatever I'm going through, hey, I've learned to be content. I've learned to deal with it. I've learned to be grateful. You understand? For what the Lord has given unto me. Given unto him. Right? It says, I know both how to be a base and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. So Paul had a balance. Paul understood this. You understand it? You got to understand it. There's nothing wrong with wanting something. You understand? But you just want it to be that healthy balance. You understand? Move through and thought through wisdom, or with wisdom. You understand? So, hey, there's nothing. Hey, you got to learn how to be, you understand, the base, and learn how to abound, learn how to be full and how to be hungry at the same time. That way you have that healthy balance, you understand, of things of need, you understand, being content, so on and so forth. Right? If you want a better car, brother, there's nothing wrong with getting a better car. You want a bigger house, there's nothing wrong with getting a bigger house, brother. You understand? But you don't want it to be done, like I keep saying, because of what somebody else has. Oh, they think they got this, or oh man, they doing this, they traveling this all the time, or man, they got 2 cars or 3, or they got a 4-bedroom home and this and that and that and this. So then you go back to your stuff and you hate it, or you feel like your life is not what it started out to be, or whatever it is. Now you just hate your life. You always miserable because you always basing what your life should be based off of other people's lives. And that may not be your lot. It may not be your lot to have a 5-bedroom house and 3 cars. That may not be your lot, brother. That may not be your lot, sister, to travel 4 times a year to an island somewhere, to the Virgin or the Cayman Islands or somewhere. You understand? So stop looking at these things, right? Like and predicating your mindset and how you move and so on and so forth based off of other people's. You can't do that, right? Let's go to the book of Luke, right? Chapter 12, real quick. It's the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 15. It says, and he said unto them, take heed, right? Lucky. Right. It says, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 15. It says, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. So your life is not about, oh, how many cars you got, how big your house is, how many shoes you got, your business is booming. Like, that's not what life is about, man. Right? And if you in this truth, you know what this thing is about, right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Right? We here to keep the commandments and fear the Most High God in the last days, man. And to get the kingdom, Lord willing, man. So it's not about, oh, what this person has or what that person has or what I don't have. You understand? If you got a I don't have mentality or I don't have type of spirit, right, you got to check yourself. And you got to examine yourself and pray that, fast that spirit away, man. Because that right there is a spirit that'll cause you to be depressed, right? Cause you to just be down all the time. You look at the things that you do have and you become ungrateful. You understand? Because why? You're always worried about what everybody else has instead of being thankful for the things that you do have. You understand? Because always realize and understand that whatever you going through, somebody else is going through way, way worse. Way worse. And that person that's going through way worse probably still able to have a smile on their face, Lord willing. Still able to uplift and magnify the name of the Most High God, Lord willing, man. Right? Let's go to the book of, let's go to the book of 1 Timothy. Right? 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. Right? It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So to be content with things, hey, that's a beautiful thing. You understand? Right? That's great gain. It says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So what is it called? Possessional things, right? Like we read in the book of Luke chapter 12, that's not what life is about. Whatever you gain, you understand, physically here, pertaining to possessions, cars, clothes, shoes, house, so on and so forth. You even read about that in the book of Ecclesiastes. Even Solomon told you that, hey, you a man buildeth a house and getteth it, roughly paraphrasing, and when he die, right, somebody else get it. Somebody else moves into it. You understand? So, hey, you can't, the things that you obtain in this life physically, possession-wise, guess what? You're not going to take those things when it's all said and done. You're not going to take those things when you die. Right? It says, and having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. You see that? So it said, hey, if you got food, you got raiment, man, you got clothes on your back, you got food to be able to eat. Hey, you got a roof over your, hey, that's good enough. Hey, you got food to eat, you understand? Clothes on your back, hey, that's good enough. You understand? So Israel, hey, let's stop being ungrateful for what the Lord has given unto us. You understand? Has blessed us with, right? In the last days, let's stop coveting. All right, and let's focus on what the Most High God has given unto us rather than focusing on what we don't have and what other people do have. You understand? Because that'll cause you to fall in the last days, right? So Lord willing, brothers and sisters, was edified. This short, quick lesson through the Spirit. Continue to endure. Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom.